Добрый день, друзья! Сегодня мы наконец-то завершили интервью с американским военным Дэниэлом Харрисом, который прибыл в Россию, чтобы участвовать вместе с нами в специальной военной операции на Украине. В этом интервью мы попытались ответить на вопросы, кто этот человек, что им движет и почему он решил перечеркнуть все, что было в его жизни до этого, ради возможности бороться с нацизмом вместе с нами. Встречайте, американский рейнджер Дэниэл Харрис.
Just joy. Finally here. It has been the hardest trip of my life to get here, but it's worth it. Only 4 times arrested trying to get here, so, you know, not too bad. About average. But no, I'm really happy to be here. Finally see all this, and you know, I read Enemy at the Gates when I was probably 11 years old, and it was the history of the Battle of Stalingrad, and all this, you know, is part of like World War II, you know, and it's what I went to school for, and it was like my passion. I never thought I'd be in the Army. I thought I'd be a history teacher and just have kids and be super boring coaching hockey, but you know, life changes, and never thought I'd be here in Russia, about to help it fight its enemies, but that also happens. But I'm at peace, I'm happy.
Ты говорил, что ты американский военный. Расскажи, пожалуйста, где ты принимал участие, в каких операциях ты был, в каких странах побывал?
I was a U.S. Army infantryman, fought in Iraq, Operation Phantom Fury, Operation Iraqi Freedom. In addition to that, I worked for PMC. I'm going to not name because I have a good friend that still works there, but JD. You know who you are. That is where I also was a sniper and sniper instructor. Also taught long-range marksmanship to new incoming soldiers.
Ты говорил, что американские спецслужбы как-то узнали о том, что ты собираешься ехать в Россию, и тебя задержали. Расскажи об этом.
Well, it has been quite an adventure getting to Russia, certainly. 4 different occasions I've been detained. 4 times. Detained in Turkey, Dubai, and the fact is, you know, the American government has the ability to do whatever they want anywhere in the world. All these nations are terrified to be sanctioned or punished or attacked by America if they're not falling in line. And the fact that all I want to come do is help. I want to help save innocent people. I want to help do the right thing for me morally and what I believe is the right and just way to do it. And it's, you know, it's disgusting. It shouldn't be this way. A person should be able to follow their morals and not have to worry about, well, I can't go back to my country ever, or my bank account's gone. I can never see my kids. It's terrifying. It's very hard because I know in the coming weeks, as this gets out, the American media is going to paint me as a serial killer, Freddy Krueger, the 9/11 mastermind, the guy who bombed Pearl Harbor, you know, whatever it's going to be. It's, but I just want them to know they know who I am, and I love them very much, and, you know, I'm doing what I believe is right in my heart. I came out here to Russia. Like many people, I had a misconception of what was really going on here. I believed, as the American media told us, that Russia's the bad guy, Ukraine reported these poor innocent victims. But the more you really find independent sources and find out what's really going on, you realize just how horrible this conflict really is. And Russia is definitely on the right side of good in this one. In Ukraine, they're teaching kids to salute Hitler and carving swastikas into women. You can't kill innocent people for 8 years in the Donbass and be an innocent victim. You know, they knew exactly what they were doing. They were trying to draw Russia into this. The people of the Donbass were Russian-speaking people and always identified as being Russians. And they knew if they attacked them long enough, that Russia would intervene, and then they gave them no choice. So hopefully, I can help a little. I used to be in the military.
Расскажи, пожалуйста, как вела себя американская армия в тех странах, где тебе доводилось воевать?
Well, I'd like to first by saying, I love America. I love my country. It's my government I don't love. And the American soldiers were always put in a very bad position. As Americans, I think we all wanted to do the best we could, be the best people we could. But unfortunately, millions died in these conflicts. A million in Iraq, million and a half, 2 million, who knows in Afghanistan. And they just repeated over and over around the world. And it's the government. It's, the upper brass. As soldiers, you just fight. You fight where you're told, and you try to essentially do the best you can.
Скажи, пожалуйста, много вот таких же солдат, как ты, разделяют твою точку зрения?
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, I don't know any American combat soldier that served in a conflict zone that doesn't share that point of view. At first, you go into conflict believing that you're protecting your country or you're doing something amazing, when in reality you were just enforcing the desires of the companies and the politicians that run the company and the country for their own benefits. American soldiers aren't fighting for the American people. American soldiers are fighting for BlackRock. They're fighting for Raytheon. They're fighting for General Dynamics. These companies that put politicians in power. The American soldiers never want to hurt anybody, and they're not the enemies of Russia. And American people and Russian people, we're not enemies. And that's what I want everyone to know. I want them to realize that I'm here not because I hate my country, because I love my country. Our country needs to change, and the only way that our country can change is with a free media. Not these corporate medias that are owned by the same companies that are waging the wars, that are becoming rich off these wars. It's independent media, like my friend Sergey here, where the American people can see the truth. The American soldiers can see the truth. That we're all friends. We're all humans. We have no conflict. It's the American companies and government that wants these conflicts.
Расскажи, пожалуйста, кем ты работал до того, как пошел в армию?
One of the things, before I came here, I'd studied all my life, and World War II history was always the biggest, most important thing of modern times. And just to, I never thought I would be here seeing this, and I certainly didn't think I'd be back here helping Russia's fight the same fight that we did 80 years ago, our grandparents did. When you really understand the gravity of the situation and that this evil ideology still exists, but nobody wants to fight, nobody wants to be in war, but if you just stand by and let it happen, it's just going to keep repeating itself. Well, I want to help Russia any way I can. Seeing this place really kind of hits home that if my kids were in the Donbass, in that region, being attacked, killed by Nazis for who knows what reasons, I couldn't imagine them suffering like that, and it almost makes me want to cry thinking about it. I just want to do whatever I can to help this situation and help end this for good.
Расскажи, пожалуйста, о разнице между русским и американским обществом, которое ты смог наблюдать за последнее время.
It's night and day. It's two different worlds here, people see these videos, they don't know exactly what Russia is, but if they came out here and saw this, it's a paradise. It's clean, it's safe, You know, if we were in New York City, we'd have already been stabbed like 7 different times. And I mean, I don't know. And even if you don't believe what I have to say about it, just come out for yourself and just see what the place is. It's amazing.
Дэниел, вот скажи, ты сейчас приехал в Россию, что ты намерен делать дальше?
Well, Sergey, you know, this has been an amazing opportunity to get to travel around, you know, spend time with my brothers and get to see just how beautiful all of Russia really is. But now it's, you know, it's time to go to the front and finish this thing. You know, it's a hard thing to deal with and think about that, you know, my kids are going to have to be put through a lot of negative things back home in the United States. And it's hard when your convictions are the things that cause that people you love. But I mean, what kind of father would I be if I told my kids, you know, don't do something that you believe in if it's hard? So, you know, I don't want to fight. I don't want to die. I don't want to kill anybody. But unfortunately, that's not the nature of the world we live in. And you know, I just whatever I can do to help Russia going forward and end this, and you know, hopefully I can help my people understand that this isn't because they don't love America. I do. I love my country more than anything. I love my American people. I just don't think our government has our best interests at heart at all. I mean, you meet these amazing people in Russia, and they're so caring. Not even a single one would not go out of your way to help you. And people just don't see it. It's beautiful. It's safe. It's an amazing place. And you know, hopefully, if nothing else, this can, you know, spur a little more interest and people come and find out for themselves if you don't want to believe what I have to say about it. But I wanted to say thank you to all my Russian friends and for this opportunities that I've had. And you know, I look forward to after this, hopefully ending this war and getting up to Siberia somewhere, hunting, fishing, jumping 4-wheelers into lakes, just being a big idiot again, you know, and enjoying life. Thank you so much. For all the Americans fighting in Ukraine, I believe either they're complete assholes or got into a situation they didn't understand and can't get away. I mean, when you see what's really going on, not like what you hear in the news, like CNN, and you know, Ukraine's this wonderful heroes of light. I mean, they're torturing people, they're torturing soldiers, they're kidnapping people off their own streets to fight for. And I think idealistic Americans went over to join, and either like I said, either giant pieces of shit, or they're just didn't understand the conflict they were getting themselves into.
Ну и в заключение хотелось бы добавить, что на завершающем этапе съемок Дэниелу начали поступать угрозы из Соединенных Штатов. Американское правительство начало звонить его детям, звонить его семье, угрожать, всячески пытаться обманом вынудить его вернуться в Соединенные Штаты или хотя бы отправиться в американское посольство, черт знает с какими целями. Люди на Западе, как видите, не имеют ни свободы воли, ни свободы выбора. Любого, кто воспротивится американской демократии, могут схватить в любой точке земного шара и бросить за решетку. Поэтому другого выхода, кроме как бросить вызов диктатуре американских корпораций, диктатуре американских СМИ, наверное, у здравомыслящих людей в США просто нет. Если они хотят видеть свою страну свободной, у них нет другого выхода, кроме как переходить на сторону России.